Hey, this is Russell again. Actually, I had a really quick message. I'm up here at a cabin in Sundance, Utah, working on a cool project, and I'm sitting out here. It's raining outside, and I wanted to make you, first off, this video for two reasons. Number one is there's something really important I need to tell you, but number two, I want you to actually listen in on a private conversation I had with one of my friends and one of my mentors, and somebody who I think can help you a lot. Now, this person, you've probably heard of him before if you've been in my community at all. If not, I'm sure you will hear about him eventually. His name is Garrett J. White. He's the master coach and mentor, and he's one of the more successful experts within our community. He's built a business where he's making tens of millions of dollars, but more importantly, he's serving men all around the globe, and it's pretty inspiring. But what's interesting is that Garrett didn't start his journey as an expert. In fact, he'd almost be one of the least likely people, I think, to be an expert, especially in the market that he's in. If you rewind back just 5 or 6 years ago, he had a broken relationship, he had a broken family, he had all these things he was struggling with, and he didn't just instantly become this expert. He had to go through a process to become the expert and to find his voice and really to evolve and become his message. And as I've got to know Garrett and I've seen his movement, I've seen what he's done, he's the only person I've had speak at every one of our Funnel Hacking Live events. And what's been cool is that every event he's been talking about that evolution of how you find your voice and how do you inspire people and how do you get them to follow you and how do you get to the point where you can actually change their lives as well. But it all begins with you. It begins with you becoming the expert you need to do, that you need to become to be able to share your message. And I want to let you listen on a private conversation I had with him right before the event as he was kind of planning his presentation. And if you were at the event, you saw him and they were amazing. If you weren't at the event, you missed them, and I want to fix that today for you. But first, I want you to listen on this private conversation. So first is my message to him, talking about his presentation, what I was hoping to get from him, and then number two is what he decided to give back.
I don't know if I told you kind of context of the event. So I'm working on my second book right now, and it's called Expert Secrets. It's kind of focusing more on how we, the sales funnels that we use to grow an expert business, how those tie around any other business like supplements or physical products or local businesses. So that's kind of the theme of the event. So a lot of that's going to be themed that way. And what I was hoping to have you speak on is something that I watched a lot when you're talking about your launch. And it's kind of like how you found your voice. I want to see the evolution, because some people are in there and they want this, but they're scared of I can't speak, or I can't talk, or I'm nervous, or I don't know what to say. All those fears. And when you told your story, how you had all these struggles and these issues, and then you heard this calling, I got to do this thing, but you weren't prepared, you weren't ready. So you spent the next 2 or 3 years becoming that person. And after you became that person, then you're able to start training people in that. But then even then, it wasn't just suddenly you're doing these huge things. It's you did the process and you learned it and you worked on people, and then they got better, and then you did it again and you did it again. You did it every month for 4 years, perfecting this process and perfecting your message. And then now kind of where it's going. I want to show that whole evolution process from the beginning, because my hope is that this event's going to be a calling for a lot of people, where they're it's time for me to step up and be this thing. But then there's all this fear, right? I'm not ready, I don't know what to do, I don't know, and all those things, and then some things can happen overnight, and it's not going to, and it's going to be all these things. And anyway, so I think the title I put on was Expert Evolution, the evolution of you as a person throughout this process. And I think telling your story would be amazing. So that's my thoughts. Let me know if that's cool, and we'll go from there.
I love it, bro. Beautiful. And it's 100% my story. And it's 100% the path that I took. Brent Richard inspired me, and then the game began. So, dude, I've already got a visual on video clips from the very beginning, from 2012. My first videos, 2011 to 2012 to 2013 to 2014 to 2015 to 2016. And book contracts and all the stuff that I'm doing, 5-year journey. So expert, I think you call it expert evolution, the journey to becoming the voice or becoming the calling, the journey to become. I love how you painted that. Yeah, there's a phrase I use inside my own world all the time, which is asking a simple question: who would I have to become? There's a vision that's instilled, and then it's well, who do I have to become for that vision to become reality? And it was a rough and rocky and beautiful journey. So, yeah, man, I'm happy to paint that evolution. I think it will help a lot of people. I got the gist of what the message needs to be. Hour and 15. I'll show video clips. I'll walk through models. I'll talk through money. I'll talk through metrics. But more than anything, I'll talk about the fire that it requires a person to just get started. What do I have to do to just get started? And that's where everybody sits, is they want to jump to the highlight reel. And so I'll be real vulnerable and share the shitty beginnings compared to what I am now. But they were everything I had. No teams, nobody, just me and this calling that I felt like I had. So beautifully done, dude. I'm all in. It's an honor.
All right, so at that event and the next 3 events, Garrett went through this process, this expert evolution that he went through, the journey he went through. And as I heard him, it was similar to the journey I went through, and it's similar to the journey that so many people before us have gone through as well. And I also know it's a journey that you're going to go through. And I want you to be fully aware of what's happening and how to deal with it and how to handle the huge successes and also some of the scary things and the fear, and how, because if you know those things, it'll unleash you so you can take that first step, and then you take the second step. And this expert evolution process is something that, because today you may not be the expert you need to be to change the world, but that doesn't mean you can't start. You need to start, and then that evolution process will start and it'll begin, and you'll continue to get better and better as you go. But it starts today, and it's going to continue to evolve and progress as you continue to go through it. So what I want to do is I want to make you a special offer right now where, because you didn't have a chance to be at all of these events and see this over a 3-year period of time, I want to give you these presentations because they've meant so much to me, and I know they'll mean so much to you on your journey. It's going to give you the last few little tools you need to just get through any of the mental blocks, the things, the hurdles that so many people struggle with when they go on this journey. And because there's times that it's exciting and fun and you make a bunch of money and there's people that love you, but there's also the lonely times. There's the times at night where you're like, how am I going to get through this? How do I convince my spouse, my family, the other people that what I'm doing actually matters? Because you know it does. They believe in you, but they haven't seen it yet. It's like, how do you get through that? And you need to be prepared and be ready for that. And these 3 presentations will give you that. It'll give you the tool you need to be successful. On top of that, I'm gonna give you a couple other things. A lot of times, Garrett talked about it here, like you see the highlight reel, like this is the highlight reel of what happened, but you don't talk about the other parts. And I also want to give you a presentation that I did at Funnel Hacking Live, and I called it You're One Funnel Away, and I actually go through the 5 or 6 year period of time as I grew my company and I almost bankrupted it. And I grew it and I bankrupted, and I walked through all the failures, because there were a lot for me. Consistently, every single year, there were the ups and the downs, and most people want to hear about the ups, and I want to share with you the downs. Not to depress you, but to motivate you, inspire you, and help you to understand that you can do it. Like, you're literally just one funnel away. One funnel away from changing your life, but more importantly, you're one funnel away from changing the world. And that's what this message is all about. So I'm going to give you Garrett's presentations. I'm going to give you mine. I'm going to give you a bunch of other ones as well that help you to figure out how to structure your product and how to package it. I'm going to show you, give you some other training about other experts who've done it before. And I'm going to give you a whole bunch of amazing things, because this is the last piece. This is how do you become the expert you need to be, the evolution of you as a person and as a human and as an expert. And I'm so excited for you to have this. There will be some more information down below about what exactly is in the package. But if this calling, if you've heard this and you know that this is you, you know that this is your future, this is your career, this is what you want to do with the rest of your life, you need this special offer. And we're going to give you a huge discount on it because you're here right now. I've never made this offer available anywhere else besides this page. And so if you miss it, it's gone, but it's here today. It's here right now till the clock down below hits 0. So add it to your cart. It's a one-click button. It'll add it to your order. It'll be in the members area. And this stuff you can start watching tonight. You don't have to wait for the book to ship. You don't have to wait for anything. You can start working on yourself now. So that way you'll be prepared. So when you get the book and when the message and your mission begins, you'll be ready. And that's my special offer for you. So click on the link down below, and we'll see you in the members area. You start watching these videos today.